It's just so cute. It's so pretty. It's so gorgeous. I love it. If look, this is the quality that the album keeps up, like this might be one of the most overhated albums of all time. Sup guys, I'm a Gen Z metalhead. I listened to a shit ton of metal growing up. Listened to like Linkin Park, Beartooth, Slipknot, that sort of thing growing up. And I've been listening to a lot of rap. But my Discord wants to listen to Radiohead, which hi, if you want to go to my Discord, you can. I review albums all the time, and we talk about music religiously. So I'm gonna start with Pablo Honey because I'm gonna go in chronological order like I do with most artists because I like seeing their progression. Let's get into it. Also, obviously, Pablo Honey is considered really bad, the worst one of Radiohead, except King of Limbs maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm curious to find if I dislike it or if I actually like it quite a bit. So far, this is pretty. I like it. I like this already, like a lot. This is like gorgeous. Why do people dislike it? This is so pretty. I don't know, like, why would people dislike it? For the record, I haven't listened to them, like, at all, really, but it gives me very Led Zeppelin, and the only reason I say that is because I know, I've listened to some Greta Van Fleet, so, sorry about that, but, like, vocally, it seems like it's, like, inspired by, Led Zeppelin, and I'm liking that. Oh, this is really good. I don't know why people would dislike it. It's just, like, I can't even find a flaw in it. It's, like, it's just good. That was just really fucking good. Like, really, 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 really good. What do people dislike about it? Like, what do people dislike about it at all? I truly just don't get it. Like, if this is the entire album, is it because, like, I've listened to some OK Computer and stuff like that. Is it because it doesn't really sound like Radiohead yet? Like, it sounds like a lot more of, like, maybe the influences that they had instead of, like, who they are? Maybe. I don't know, because that was really good. And then, obviously, the next song is known by everyone. I think it's a good song. But it's very overplayed, but who cares? It's still a good song. I don't care if a song is popular. It does make me hate the song more. There was something I've been listening to a lot of Kanye, and that was something that with Kanye is like Kanye fans are like, oh, Gold Digger or Stronger or whatever. Those songs are not that great. But it's just like no, they were played a lot for a good reason. Like I know that his vocals actually changed quite a bit due to the like me listening to like No Surprises and stuff like that and Common Police off of OK Computer, but like Tom York's vocals is really fucking good. Like especially here, like in You, they were incredible, and in this they're really good. Like Tom York is like I don't hear him a lot. Like I don't hear people talking about like when it comes to like frontmen, like you hear like Freddie Mercury, Kurt Cobain, like more modern day stuff is like Chester Bennington or like Oliver Sykes or something like that. But like as vocalists, you don't really hear Tom York's name thrown around that much, or at least I don't. And it's like maybe you should because his vocals are really nice, really good. If look, this is the quality that the album keeps up, like this might be one of the most overhated albums of all time. Also, I know that TikTok has spoken about. Sorry for pausing so much, but I know TikTok has spoken about it a lot. Where with Radiohead this song about like there's like gender war stuff, or like oh this song is only for girls, this song's only for boys because of the body image issues that are portrayed. But I think it's actually really cool to have a male-centric artist like Radiohead talk about body issue stuff because men like in society don't really get that spoken about that much. So it's actually kind of cool to have this portrayed by a male band, especially one of Radiohead's stature, talking about a topic like this for like from a male voice. That's just really cool because like you don't get to see that often, especially in music. I don't know why, but like that reminds me so much of Smallville theme song. Every single time I hear that, I think of Smallville's theme song. I haven't even really watched Smallville. I just heard the theme on the TV when I was like 6. Especially, it's like how he's singing this. It's like a serene, like this song's fucking phenomenal. I know it's overplayed so much, but like, I think it falls in that camp of like it's overplayed for a reason. The artistry is so insane. I love his vocals so much. I'm so excited to see his like progression of his vocals. Like, I assumed that like for me, right? I already knew I liked this song, right? I assume, and it actually sounds better within the context of album. I know it's only the second song, but it sounds better in the context of an album to me. Um, but I expected like the other songs to be pretty bad because I've heard that Pablo Honey is like their worst Radiohead album. It's like, oh my god, they would have the best debut like stretch of albums out of any artist of all time if they didn't have Pablo Honey. We just forget Pablo Honey. I've heard these things murmuring all the time, and if this is the quality that Pablo Honey has, I have no idea why. Like, if You and Creep is what I am going to get from this album, I have no idea why anyone would be talking shit about this album. Zero clue. Like, except like maybe Radiohead stuff. Like for me, this is already like a perfect. The first 2 songs are perfect. Maybe Radiohead expands the idea of perfect in future albums, and this is still a lower point. Maybe, but I can't see it yet. I wonder if this is like a song that inspired some pop punk. It feels very ahead of its time too, like 1993. Now, obviously, I don't know, I don't have like extensive knowledge of like the timeline of music or whatever. But like when I'm thinking it through the lens, like this kind of sounds like stuff that I would have heard early 2000s when I was growing up. Um, like this kind of does sound like it's ahead of its time because it was 93. And also like the idea of like the somewhat grunge elements in the Creep from like Nirvana. Like you can definitely hear the inspirations from Nirvana in Creep. And it's just kind of cool to see that. Because it's such a distinct different sound compared to like the sounds of prior like 80s stuff like Bon Jovi and stuff like that. It's very interesting. Mm. I really like this. Like, I really like this. Why do people dislike this album? I'm focusing too much on that, but it's like it just keeps coming into my head. It's like these are so infectious. I love it. Wait, I'm curious. Sorry for pausing so much, but like, what do you do except coming here for my thoughts? Anyway, but when it comes to this, I wonder because pop punk is seen so negatively. Like everyone like views that pop punk as like a blight on rock, and it's like a very low level version of rock, and it's not that good. Same way that people view slasher films as really bad versions of film, and it's just like on average bad. I wonder if there was a lot of inspiration that came from Pablo Honey that created like pop punk styles, and the reason why this is looked down upon in the same way is because they can't tie their mind away from the idea that it's like inspired pop punk or whatever, even if it's subconscious. I wonder if that is an aspect to it because to me, I like pop punk, so that could be a reason why. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the negative connotations that people have towards Pablo Honey. Oh. I'm liking this. That's like some nice little noise rock things, by the way. If I use genres incorrectly, don't fuck with me. In Utero has like a lot of that sort of like noisy sort of stuff, and I like that addition to this. It makes it a very unique and lush song. Yeah, very In Utero stuff. Which, by the way, In Utero, I'm pretty sure came out a year after this. So, fuck you, Nirvana. Sounds really pretty already. Mhm. The more and more, like the more and more I'm listening to this, I know that I came up with that like theory last song, but I feel like that feels like where this has come from, like the Pablo Head Honey comes from. It's like that it very much feels like a lot of the themes, not themes, a lot of the musical themes, I guess, of pop punk and like other genres of music that people deem to be bad, maybe have stemmed from here. And I personally, I find that very nice, and it's honestly been a very pleasant surprise. It's so gorgeous. I love it. I know, like, I have a very strong feeling that this is not the way that the Radiohead will sound in the future because people shit on Pablo Honey, but not the other albums as much. But if the vocals are very similar to this, whew, I'm going to love the entire discography. Also, the vocals actually from Let Down, which is the reason I know that is because it's the finishing song for season 1 of The Bear, and the vocally just there sounds a bit like Let Down from American Computer. So maybe I will just be literally stunned and loved. I just love Tom York's vocals the entire way through, and that will be very nice because they have so many albums. It's just so fun. I love it. I love the instrumental. One thing's really interesting about it is like I feel like um due to the fact that I listen to so much more rap now than I do rock or metal, it feels that like weirdly I have this like insecurity that a lot of the albums that like my music taste has just fundamentally changed. Where like I can't appreciate rock or metal as much as I used to because I've been so different. Because studies show that like your music taste is like whenever you're 15 to 25, they kind of doesn't change from that, right? And I'm 23, so like and the more and more I grow up, the more the like rap interests me. And I was starting to get like I listened to like In Utero and it was good, but and like I could see all the things to appreciate and I could see why someone would love it. I even loved some of the songs, but it didn't feel like it blew me away like it should. Nevermind did more of a blowing away than I thought, but like it was more of like like a academically um interested in it, and I really liked it for that. I don't see myself like listening to the songs on repeat like I do a lot of like a lot of the rap songs I do like on repeat. I have like Kanye West like 7,000 Scrubbles this year, right? And but this album, I think it's fixing that issue that I could be that I thought I had, where like I think I could just listen to this album on repeat, repeat. Like it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. It's just so pretty. Like I know I'm not like saying like revolutionary stuff, and it's just like very I don't know plain things, but like It's just so pretty. It's so gorgeous. I love it. It's so beautiful. I love it. Also, yeah, like it's one of the things I really appreciate about In Utero was the sonic elements with the amps, the guitars, all of that sort of intricate stuff with like the more noise rocky sort of things. And I really appreciate that sort of aspect of like it's just like little slight touches in this album that they're doing that, and it really like fleshes it out really nicely. I love it. All right, next is Thinking About You. It's also interesting because I think the runtime of this album is like something like 49 minutes, and I'm already 25 minutes into a recording, and we're only 4 songs in. So is the next like 10 songs just 2 minutes? Maybe that's like if that's the case, then I feel like it's going to be harder to keep up the same quality. It's just so cute. It's so pretty. It gives me nostalgia. This is so nostalgic. Like like if you've seen the comedy movie The Girl Next Door, right? Not the horror movie, which by the way I saw, and I saw that when I was looking up the comedy one and I saw the horror one. That one's crazy. But the comedy one, these it just feels like it would be littered with songs like this. And I'm pretty sure Radiohead is like one of the most like used artists for soundtracks, right? They kind of just fit perfectly for movie soundtracks or TV soundtracks. I wonder if like any of these songs, if there are from like the popular mediums or like popular shows or TV like movies or anything like that, if a song like this is used in it, could you like drop it down below? It would be really interesting to me, because it just sounds like it's in there. About you, so how can you sleep? These people aren't your friends, they're paid to kiss your feet. They don't know what I know, and why should you care when I'm not there? I think already like this song is in contention for my favorite album of all time, and like Late Registration is the only one that's gone to 10. If you go to my Discord, I have album reviews, and I average out every song, and then I give it a rating out of 10, right? And you don't need to have every single song be a 10 for it to average out to a 10, because I have like songs that are generational. I think like like if a song is one of the best of all time, if it's like Tiny Dancer by Elton John, it can get an 11, right? And that means that an album can possibly get a 10 on average throughout its music, because um you'll have the you'll have like the makeup. Like if you have 1 9 out of 10, if you have 1 11 out of 10, it could still be a 10 out of 10 album, and it just depends on how many generational songs are in it. And this album could be a 10 to me, because like this song I think is like currently at like a 9, but then like I think Stop Whispering is an 11. So I think like with that it could still average out to be a 10, which would be insane. It would be like, because I really thought that like there wouldn't be that many albums that'd be able to hit that, because I think I've done 20 album reviews. I've listened to much more than 20 albums, but 20 album reviews into where I've recently listened to in my Discord, and there's only been 110. And there's been like 2 or 3 9s with Nevermind and College Dropout. And yeah, this is really good. I think I've also heard that Radiohead doesn't like Pablo Honey. I think that like that might add to it, like the artist. Like I've heard that, like the artist not enjoying the album and thinking it's like worse stuff, and they stuff like that. That might add to it. It's like that mixed with like maybe the influences that it spurred, or the influences that it took on. But it's 1993, so I don't even know how many influences it was taking on that it was copying at the time. Because this sounds like very 2000s. So I wonder if that adds into the aspect of people hating it. But like this album was very good in my opinion. It's just really pretty. Also, like from what I've heard of OK Computer, it seems like there's like it's not the same, but it's like it's not that much different to OK Computer like vocally and stuff like that. And then so I wonder, you know, where like the hate comes from. I like the noise. Mm. It feels a bit like it's underwater. I wonder if that will add to it, or if it will take stuff away from it. Yeah, this one definitely feels like more of like the 2000s stuff that I was like talking about, and the more and more, fuck me, that's bright, that's different. The more and more I yeah, the more and more I listen to this, the more and more it seems like that might be the case of like why people hate this album, and that just feels like a stylistic difference. It doesn't feel like a skill difference. I'm just gonna check how long the rest of the songs are. What? Like, it feels like have I been talking that much? Because it's like I think I'm on 35 minutes, and there's 42 minutes in the album, and I'm like halfway through. Wait, I listened to a decent amount of 1975, and I'm hearing influences of like 1975 being influenced by Radiohead in here, but I could be completely wrong. The melodies are just really nice. Like, just like I'm not talking much, but it's just like I'm just enjoying it. Like I'm just enjoying the album. Um, and just the melodies are nice. They're very pleasant. Today has been really nice because usually I sit down to listen to like two albums, and I'm doing that weekly. Now, to record and react to it. So I can like fully focus on like really good albums that are like the best. And I listened to 808s and Heartbreak just before this. And what was really nice about it was like an hour long, but it was like felt like a very short hour. It just was very easy to listen to, and I'm glad that Pablo Honey is kind of in the same vibe because I don't want to be tired after this. Obviously, this is just like how any decent album is like structured, but like what I like is that it has like very similar, um, like it like, all sonically feels like a cohesive net. But every single song is just like different enough that it like perks your interest. It doesn't feel like you're listening to the same song, which is really nice. It's just like there's just everything is just so pleasant to listen to. See, like I wonder. I keep talking about this. This is the theme of the entire reaction. Is I wonder what people dislike about it because there are it's not cookie cutter. The music here isn't cookie cutter. There's like interesting aspects to every single song that they're doing, and there's like unique, like maybe not unique because the other bands do it as well, like In Utero or whatever. But like there are unique aspects to it that makes it so it's not like they're just like playing to like a very like common denominator. Um, There's like depth to the songs, and I just don't get why people dislike it. I really like this album. It's so good. It's like they're clearly so talented. Just the quality stays the same. So like what I was thinking is like at the start of this album that like obviously like there's the songs are fucking immaculate, and I was thinking like does with the like back end of the album does it get like bad? Does it like just get really shit? And that's the reason why people hate it as well. Nah, unless the last three songs literally are awful. Nah. That was very British. Never been before. This one, this one started out so good, and I know it's weird because it's literally repeating itself. But I think the reason that like, unless like the backhand, which the instrumental is like really good at, like the start of it was really 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 good, and then with the it just repeating itself, it doesn't feel like it's doing anything interesting, which makes it a bit worse in my opinion. And it's one of the only times I think it's the only time I've felt this way with a song on this album. Not bad. Not bad. Even though I think it's one of the lower points, not bad. I have a feeling there could be a chance that this is the case. I have a feeling with these last two songs, if they're on the same level as the last one, it could have been a 9 or 10 song album and it would have been more succinct and better. Now I could be wrong if these last two songs are really good, but it could be a like short album, like maybe like a 38-minute instead of like 42 or 37-minute, whatever, and it would have been like really succinct and perfect. Um, but if these two songs are on the same level as the last one, it's like it's not bad, but it's like it's a lower point, definitely a lower point, and it brings it down a bit. This definitely has a, like this sounds very pretty, like at the start, like the level of the start of the album. It feels very let downish with the ending here, just instrumentally. You can see how they progressed throughout their years, or like kept a style. Not bad, not bad. Last song. This is definitely a different vibe. I like it. It's very cute. Very different to the a lot of other songs too. It's very. What I really like is that the melodies are instant, like, as you could see with like me just humming along. It like I've never heard this song before, but it's just like easy, like really, really simple earworms to just like pick up on. That was really fucking pleasant. That was really 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 pleasant. Sorry for not talking much at the end there. I just like sonically was wrapping it up. They were wrapping it up, and I was like just letting it wrap up. Um, the ending there, like the last three songs, as I said, like I think if they just had the first 9 songs, it would be a perfect album. Like as perfect as an album can be, because like just to rattle off, I went 10, 11, 10, 11, 9.1, 8.4, 9, 10, 11. That would be the first 9 songs, right? Out of 10. And that would be just like kind of a perfect album. But then the last 3 songs were 8.3, 9.5, 9.4. and it's just like these are good, really good, but it's just like maybe it could be on a deluxe album. But granted, that's like if you took those three out, then what? Like you'd have a 30-minute album, and that's a bit short. But yeah, these are like I don't want to use the term filler because it's very aggressive and devaluing, but like it's like really good filler. And I don't. Like, I like the songs. Logi is probably one of the ones I could have kept. Like that, it would be like maybe I take out I Can't and Blowout, but then you would need to like probably put Prove Yourself last at that point. But like also in saying that, I'm a 23-year-old that knows nothing about music, so but like that's what for me that would have been what I would have done to make the album a bit to make the album perfect for me. But really really good album. Don't understand why it's hated so much. Yeah, I guess like if I listen to the rest of Radiohead, maybe I'll pick it up. But I don't think so. This was an incredibly good album. Thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Mwah.